All right. Hi guys, I'm really sorry that there's a shadow on this. This is really the only spot in the house that has really good lighting in order for me to kind of show you some demos. I know some of my other ones were done later in the afternoon where there really wasn't a shadow. So I'm very sorry about the shadow. I will outline with black marker later so that you can see it a little bit better. So what I'm starting with today is just some paper. Okay, I have a sketchbook that just has some paper. You can use lined paper, graph paper, whatever you have, okay? I have a pencil. We're going to be using some markers or colored pencils or crayons, whatever you've got. But we're going to start our kitty cats today. Now, I know that not everybody knows how to draw a kitty cat, and that's a-okay. All right, so I'm going to start with my kitty cat, and I think, honestly, I may do it in marker just so that you can see it a little bit better, okay? I'm going to turn my paper to the side, and then I need to grab my marker. Actually, you know what? I'll do it in pencil just so that you can see it. Let me make a test run here. See if you can see this. Oh, yeah, you can see here. Okay, I'm going to start with my kitty cat. First thing I'm going to do is kind of start with, here, let me start a new page. I'm going to start with his body. Now, we're going to have to do some erasing today, okay, which will be all right. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to start with an oval, and it's going to be, or maybe like a jelly bean shape. I guess that's the best way to explain it. I know it's Easter season and a lot of people have jelly beans. You can even look up the shape of a jelly bean. This kitty cat that I like to draw that is inspired by Miss Roselar kind of has he's a little bit of a chubby cat and he's really cute. So I'm going to start with almost like a jelly bean shape. Kind of oval. I'm gonna, my drawing may not be very neat because I want to make sure that it is dark enough for you to see. Okay, so I've got my jelly bean shape just about. Okay, I really hope you guys can see that. Again, I'm very sorry that the lighting is pretty awful right now. Now, here's where we're going to start to have to erase things after we draw them in. So I'm going to do his tail next. Okay, so we did the first main shape, which is his body. Okay, now I'm going to do his tail. Okay, now you can see I've got a line here that I'm going to want to erase. Okay, I'm sorry if the video camera wobbles just a little bit. It's just the table. Okay, now he's got a nose, eyes, a mouth, ears, and feet. And then we can't forget his sweater because that's the most important part of the lesson. So his feet, okay, we're going to draw 1 foot here. And I'm drawing these little shapes. They're not quite rectangles, okay? They kind of look like rectangles, okay? But they're kind of like this rounded edge of a rectangle, okay? So I'm gonna draw another one because he's got 4 feet. Cats have 4 feet, okay? I'm gonna draw 2 more up here because that's where his little feetsies are. Oops. Now, I'm not going to erase anything just yet, okay? Like, I know we erased the line up here on the tail, but I'm not going to erase these lines just yet. I'm going to finish adding some other things on him, like his ears, okay? Pointy ears. Now, at this point, you're welcome to erase just a little bit. And add in. Okay. Now he's got some eyes. Now if we look at those pictures of Mrs. Roselar's cats, they have these really circle eyes, really big circle eyes. So we're going to add those in right here. Okay. Okay. Now the pupil of the eye, the middle part of the eye, is pretty big. It's not little bitty. It's a pretty big size circle. Okay. We'll color those in black, okay? Now he's got a little nose, okay, and a little bitty mouth, okay, that you can add in there, okay? Now his sweater, this is the most important part. It's pretty easy, okay? He's gonna have the little sweater that ends back here, okay? And it begins up here. Now, this is the most important part. This is where we're adding the Zentangles. Now, I said earlier that Zentangles are like patterns and designs. It's just a fancy word for them. You can do anything you want on this sweater. This is your chance to decorate your cat, his sweater, okay? Even your cat, really, any way you want. So, not all cats look the same, okay? And you're gonna see that in Miss Roselar's slideshow that I put in there, that some of the cats are black and white, some of them are gray, some of them are multicolored, like different browns and tans. You color your cat how you want. Your cat can have any color eyes you want, things like that, okay? The sweatshirt has to have some type of pattern and design, okay? Now, my pattern and design, I'm gonna start adding them. I'm gonna fast forward a bit through this so that you don't have to sit here for 10 minutes watching me do that, okay? But I'm gonna show my design, okay? Okay, so I finished my design. I'm now going to outline my kitty cat and get him going, okay? Okay, so I have my whole kitty cat outlined. Now the next step would be to go in and erase all my pencil because there's a ton of pencil in my kitty cat picture here. So I'm gonna go ahead and erase all of that, and then we're gonna start adding some color, okay? So give me just a second to erase it, and then we'll get our markers or our colors or colored pencils, whatever you got. We're gonna start adding some color to our cat. Okay, so I erased all my pencil mark. I did that off camera. I didn't want the camera to wobble too much, but I now have my markers. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and start adding some color to my cat sweater, okay? Now your kitty cat, again, can be any color you want him to be. He can be black, he can be brown, he can be purple for all I care, but it's your kitty cat, okay? So I'm gonna start with the sweater though. I think that's most important. Now, when we talk about coloring in our sweaters, okay? We've talked about color before and how we wanna pick colors that look really nice together, okay? We don't wanna pick anything that doesn't really look well together. So if you're gonna do bright colors, stick with bright colors, okay? Don't put any dark colors in there. If you're gonna go all dark colors, sometimes adding one little bright color in that dark looks nice. It just depends, okay? So I'm gonna start coloring. I'm gonna speed it up as I go just so that you're not sitting here forever, but I'll be done shortly. now that I have finished my kitty cat, well, at least his sweater, I'm going to kind of move on to some other details. Now, I think what I'm going to do, which I don't think I'm going to do it on camera, because I think you guys know that you can color in your kitty cat how you want. I'm going to use colored pencils to color in my cat, but for his other features, like his nose and his eyes, I'm going to use markers still. So I'm going to do that really quickly. I'm going to fill in his eyes. I want his eyes to be black. Yours don't have to be. They can be a different color. And I want his nose to be black. And I want his little ears. I lost my light pink. So right there. Now, I did my Zentangles or my designs inside, okay? Now I want to make sure that I'm doing stuff in the background, okay? So after you finish coloring your kitty cat, after you do his sweater, I want you to do your background, okay? Now your background can be any kind of designs, any kind of fun designs you want to think of. If it's curly cues, okay? Different polka dots. Different lines and designs. I want you to add a fun background to your kitty cat, okay? I'm going to stop there. You can do all kinds of things. Now, what I do want to do is I'm going to show you how to draw the other kitty cat, one that's sitting down, okay? But I'm not going to do all the coloring. I'm not going to do all the outlining because you've seen me do it. If you decide to do the kitty cat that is sitting up, that is perfectly fine. You're just going to keep doing what I'm doing here, okay? I will post a picture of the finished product as well so that you can see it a little bit better in the light because I know this lighting's a little bit hard to see. So I'm going to move on to the other kitty cat. If you want to do this one, stop here at the video and you can start working. Okay, now for our second cat, if you're wanting to do a kitty cat that is sitting up. Now I know in some of the slideshow, you can see that some cats were standing, some of them were sitting. This one that's sitting up will need your paper to be vertical long ways, and you will be drawing with your pencil to start with. Okay, now we're going to start with kind of an oval shape. Okay, now I'm going to start with an oval shape. Now this kitty cat might be a little bit smaller than the other one because you're doing it vertical on your paper. Okay, oval shape. Now again, you may have to kind of take your time to get your shape the way you want it, okay? Then we're gonna have to do some erasing because we're gonna start with his head next, and we're gonna want to draw, it's gonna overlap this oval just a little bit, okay? A circle. As best as you can, a circle. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this other line. I'm going to add his ears. Excuse me. Okay, there's his ears. And then he's going to have some feet. Now we're going to add the feet in just a little bit because we got to start with the sweater before we add the feet and the tail. Okay, so what we're going to do now is start to draw the sweater so that you can kind of see what I'm going to do next. Now I'm going to move this a little bit into the light so that you can see this part, okay? Now I know you see the bottom of the face here, okay? What I'm going to do is draw a line, okay? And this eventually will get erased, okay? Now his sweater, just like the other one, can be any designs you want it to be, okay? So I got his sweater drawn, okay? Now we need to add the feet and the tail, okay? So this is where it gets kind of tricky. I'm gonna move this again so that you can kind of see down here, okay? Again, I'm sorry for the lighting. I will really try to make my video at a different time of day next time so that we can see this just a little bit better. Now, his feet, okay, are gonna come from about right here. Now I should have probably drawn a line right here, which is fine. Okay, we're gonna have to do some erasing, okay? Now, his front little feet, I'm going to start by doing this. From this line right here, I'm going to draw a foot down, and a foot down. Okay, now you can see these two little feet. Okay, if I bring this down just a little bit, I'm gonna come in and erase. Now remember, draw light until you've got it right. Now Miss A did not follow her own instructions because look at this, I'm having some trouble, and I know it's kind of hard to see, it's probably wobbling the camera, erasing, okay? So there's his little paws, okay? You can add little lines if you want for his little paws. Now, he needs a tail, okay? Now his tail's gonna come around here, okay? His little tail, okay? However you want to draw his tail. I drew my tail like this, okay? Now he needs his face. Just like the other cat, they have some pretty big eyes. They look kind of scary at first, but they are cute little kitties, okay? He's got a little nose and a little happy mouth, okay? Now again, your cat can look however you want. If you want your cat to have, you know, a white face down the middle and two, and it be black on either side, or browns or grays, whatever you want to do, you can do that too, okay? So just like the other one, we're going to outline and add color. Then you're going to make sure that you are coloring in your cat and the background, okay? So this is just the tutorial for the cat that is sitting up, okay? Still need the sweater, still need the face, okay? If you want to add whiskers, you're more than welcome to, okay? It's up to you. So I'm really excited to see our kitty cats. I will be adding a picture of the finished kitty cat here in just a second, okay? So have fun creating. I can't wait to see them. We will talk soon, Lions. One quick thing I forgot to mention before I show you the finished product. Please remember that we are always 3-star coloring. Coloring in the lines, making sure everything is colored in, nice and neat. Okay, that's really important, all right? Just because you color in the lines doesn't mean that you can scribble scrabble, okay? You still have to make sure everything's nice and neat. Make your kitties look really pretty. And then